This is Hannibal from thehannibaltv.com. A fan just sent me the link to a news article regarding the Maryland State Athletic Commission fining All Elite Wrestling for producing a match where the participants deliberately lacerated themselves or their opponents by any means introducing human blood into the match. That was the exact violation, and that violation came from the match on November 9th, 2019. It was the Full Gear pay-per-view match between Jon Moxley and Kenny Omega, where I guess there was a point where the baseball bat wrapped in barbed wire was raked 3 times against Kenny Omega's back by Jon Moxley. And then Kenny Omega later used a broom wrapped with barbed wire to strike Jon Moxley rather. Now, this is just a drop in the bucket. I mean, the owners of AEW are worth over $7 billion. They don't care about $10,000. However, Maryland is one of the few states that still have an athletic commission that's put in place to protect the athletes involved in these matches. And barbed wire baseball bats are dangerous for one reason, and I'll tell you, well, for multiple reasons. Not only the lacerations, but when you hit someone with a barbed wire bat, those pieces of barbed wire are entering your blood. Now, it didn't happen in this match. They didn't use the same barbed wire on the other wrestler, but it is possible. Let's say I hit my opponent with a baseball bat wrapped in barbed wire, then he hits me with the same bat. Those barbed wire spikes that have been in him will then go into me. So I know that AEW is a rich company. They probably have medical personnel in the back. But a lot of independent companies have matches like this, and there's no medical personnel in the back, and there's no blood testing before or after matches. And even in AEW, where they're probably tested fairly regularly, I don't know if it's every year, I don't know if it's every 6 months. I don't know if it's just when they sign their contract or have to wrestle in a state where there's a commission, but it's always dangerous to get cut with something that's been in someone else. So I agree with this fine 100% because it sets a bad example for independent companies because, the big promotions are doing these dangerous hardcore matches. Well, the fans like it. Let's do it on the lower levels too. And then wrestlers who aren't making 6-figure contracts like Omega and Moxley and are maybe making $50 or $100 are putting their bodies at their own risk. So I applaud the Maryland State Athletic Commission for actually protecting the wrestlers. Sorry, fans. I know there's a lot of fans that find that kind of crap entertaining, but I've been infected with a potentially deadly disease that I went through hell to get cured of by an asshole that was negligent, that had hepatitis C in his system and cut me with a used blade. I don't want to see anything like that happen to anyone else.